from Izzy Dame and the steel chair. You gotta be kidding me.
Come on, man.
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here, and welcome to Afternoons to Light. Let's talk about this steel cage match, man. So we had Roxanne Perez and Kiana James. This has been a lit feud between these two. I love the last 2 weeks where they just had them brawling and stuff like that. Man, making it seem like they just can't stop fighting each other and stuff like that. Like, they've been in 4 separate brawls, bro, in the past 2 weeks. I really like the one where they were in the training room, not the training room, but the medical room. And then Ava came in and made the match for Saturday in the steel cage. I will say that there's a slight negative with this match. I don't think they needed the steel cage, to be honest with you. I think it just could have been a regular match. And I think the placement for it was kind of weird too, because they had it like right between the men's Survivor Challenge and the main event. The main event wasn't too good though to me. Like, it wasn't. It could have been better. I enjoyed it though. I was watching it with my nephew. I like the psychology that Ilya Dragunov was doing in that match, and I thought Baron Corbin had a good showing, but it just wasn't. It wasn't on a level like we seen for like Melo versus Ilya Dragunov in the main event. You know what I mean? But this match, I think maybe if it was a little earlier tonight, it would have hit a little better. But this match, I think they definitely got to run this back between Rock, and they obviously are because of what happened at the end. So, but it was still a really good match. And you have 2 of the best in-ring performances down at NXT. Y'all know me, man. I've been saying this. Kiana James is their best in-ring worker. And Roxanne Perez, if she's not in the top 5, she's like right on the outside of being in the top 5. So you know how it is. But let me go over how this match went. I'm gonna go from top to bottom with this one. So just listen to me, and then I'll come up with my my thoughts on it. James went for a shot with the loaded bag and missed. So and then the referee, I think he threw it out to make sure she didn't get that advantage. James eventually gained control by tossing Perez. Perez reversed the catapult into her own catapult. James tried to escape the cage, but was dropped by 2 drop kicks. Perez caught James with a kick. James blocked a crossbody with a catch. James then tossed Perez into the cage. James tangled Perez's hand in the cage and then gave the cage boots. James worked on the guy of the Perez with tackles. Kiana ended with a comeback with a spinebuster for a 2 count. Perez sidestepped the tackle to send Kiana into the cage. Perez hit James with a seated senton and shotgun dropkick. Perez tossed James into the cage a few times while giving James trash talk. Perez hit James with a side Russian Legsweep. Perez gave James a Northern Uppercut for a nearfall. Perez climbed to the top of the cage. James climbed to the top with her. Vic noted that the cage is about 20 feet tall. Kiana and Perez traded bouye punches. James crumpled to the top rope. Perez kicked Kiana down. James shoved Perez into the cage. James hit Perez with an avalanche powerbomb. Kiana got a near fall at 2. Kiana ran Perez into the cage a few times, and it looked like it hurt her back. Perez then did an impressive powerbomb into a pop rocks that I like, but Perez had to recover, right? Kiana kicked out once Perez got to the pin. Kiana escaped a pop rocks attempt and tried to escape the cage. Vic kept noting that you can't win by escaping the cage, and that was one of the things that kind of took away from the cage match as well, was that they took that stipulation out. I think when we see cage matches, you got to keep that in there, man, that escaping the cage gives you a win. I think that killed the steel cage parameters too, because like I said, they could have just had a normal match to be, man. James brought a chair to the ring. Perez ducked a chair shot that was very smart from Kiana and kicked the chair out of the hands of James. But this was unexpected right here. But if you watch NXT, it makes sense. If you watch NXT on Tuesday, so they had Izzy Dame slam the cage door in the face of Perez. Kiana James hits Roxanne Perez with a chair-assisted inverted overdrive for the victory. So that was all she wrote for Roxanne Perez, who lost to Kiana James in 11 minutes and a half, thanks to Izzy Dame. We're going to talk about Izzy Dame doing what she did in this match. in the next video. But Kiana James, huge win for her. Also lets us know that this feud is going to be continuing, and it should, because they're doing a really good job with this. And it gives us some layers, because what I think should happen now, so Kiana has really tied her hinges to this NXT developmental wrestler in Izzy Dame, right? So now it's time for Roxanne Perez to find maybe a developmental wrestler of her own to go against Izzy Dame. I've been wanting to see Izzy Dame against Carmen Petrovic, bro. I would love it if Roxanne Perez can recruit Carmen Petrovic, bro. Maybe they might even do Kalani Jordan. That's another option, because they've worked together already, and she helped Kalani Jordan in that match. They may run back with Kalani Jordan, but I wouldn't mind seeing Kalani Jordan, maybe another developmental wrestler, maybe I don't know if Brinley Reese is ready, maybe a Danny Palmer, someone like that, to go against Kiana, and Izzy Dame. But Izzy Dame and Kiana have size to them, so I'm wondering if maybe Roxanne could bring someone who has some size to them, which is why I'm suggesting Carmen Petrovic for this. But it's gonna be very fun. It's gonna be very fun. We'll talk about it more in the next video. But good win for Kiana James. I'm glad to see her win a match on the PLE. This is her second win on the PLE, because she won a tag team at Vengeance Day with Fallon Henley early in the year. But let me know your thoughts, man, on this. Get this match, like, share, subscribe. We're going to talk about Izzy Dame next, and we're going to close this out for Deadline. Thank y'all for watching. Afternoons to light.